Hello and welcome back to episode 32 of St Albans FC Takes to the Skies. We are back in the National League, of course, and since you were last with us, we have secured ourselves well inside the mid-table. However, with a late push at the end of the season, we could find our way into a bit of a playoff battle. Let's see if we can pick up two important wins today and push ourselves towards that top 7. So since you were last with us, we picked up a good win against Boston United 3-0. We then beat Aldershot 2-1. We had a bit of a disappointing loss to Kings Lynn, losing 1-0 in a game where we really should be beating a team like that. We did, however, bounce back and win against FC United. You can kind of see we progressed against them each time we played them. Because we had the 3-1 loss earlier on in the season, then we lost 1-0 in the FA Trophy. This time we did win. Would have been nice to beat them in the FA Trophy, but it is what it is. Then most recently we drew 0-0 with Eastleigh. We're back today for games against Gloucester and Worldstone. Before we get into them, if you are enjoying the series, please do feel free to leave a like down below. Subscribe if you are enjoying the content on the channel. It's massively appreciated. As is any comment. Predict the end of the season. Predict what position we're going to finish. This is how it stands. We're currently sat in 10th. We are 5 points away from Torquay, who are in 7th place. They've got a game in hand over us. But nevertheless, we've got a chance. We're well clear of the relegation zone. In theory, we could finish 21st, but realistically, not going to happen. So really, it's a matter of can we push on into the playoffs this season? Would be nice to get a bit of a run there, but I'm not sure how much I expect it. Let's go and see if we can start off well by beating Gloucester. And the lineup for today's game, we've got Emery in goal, a back four of Harper, Snedden, McAllister and Johnson. Smith is the holding midfielder, with Collings as the central midfielder. Quirk is on the right, Woods is in the number 10, Coley is on the left, and then Rush is the striker for today. Giving him a chance over Moriarty. Moriarty's come off the pace a little bit. Let's see if Rush can get back on it after a couple of months that have been disappointing for him, but he has had a goal recently, so he's, there's signs that he's getting back to form. Goodall is going to take a run through the middle, and McAllister's given a penalty away 3 minutes into the game. Ollie steps up, and we're 1-0 down. Well, that is not an ideal start, you would say. Especially when, was it just me or did that penalty look pretty poor? Oh, that's very poor. It's barely above Emery's head and it's still managed to go in. So we find ourselves 1-0 down and having to battle back early on. Johnson does well to win the tackle there. Smith plays it back to Snedden, who goes long to no one. Let's try lowering how direct we go and see if that helps. Westwood back to Perkins. He goes out to the left where Richards is there. Crosses it in towards the far post and Goodall has made it 2-0. And we're less than 10 minutes in. And we're going from let's try and push for the playoffs to let's just try and stay in the top half. Absolutely dreadful start for us here. The left-hand side isn't happy with me demanding more for some reason. I don't really know why. You're doing dreadful out there so far. Westwood shoots from range and it's just wide. And early on, Gloucester are absolutely dominating us, despite the fact that we're actually having the more of the possession. But we've managed one shot and it was a 0.05 chance. We don't look up to this at all. I think this summer we're going to have quite a bit of player turnover in order for us to be able to really push on next year. It'll be our third year in the Championship, in the National League. Getting a little bit ahead of myself there. McAllister is coming off for Chanel, and Moriarty is going on for Rush. Smith is having a poor game, so I think we'll bring him off as well for Ballantyne. So it would be our third year in the Championship. I kind of expected to have 1 year of getting ourselves to hold the division. I did think once we finished where we did, we should probably be pushing on a bit more this year. Unfortunately, that second half, literally nothing happened. And we just didn't perform. We didn't show up today at all. Hopefully that won't be the case when it comes to the game against Worldstone. But that was a horrendous start to the episode for us. Hopefully we can turn it around. But we are seeing that top 7 pull away a little bit there. It's 6 points now with 6 games to go. I can't see us getting that back. But we'll see what happens. Let's go and get into the game against Worldstone now. And we're back now for the game against Worldstone. We've got Emery in goal, a back four of Harper, McAllister, Gibbons and Sanders. Ballantyne returns as the holding midfielder. Napper on the right. Smith goes back to the middle of the field rather than the holding. Woods and Cody remain the 2 in front of him. And then Moriarty is the striker once again. So Torraj is currently away on international duty again. So he's missed these 2 games and possibly the next one as well, I believe, actually. But this game, after the disappointment of the game against Gloucester, we really do need to bounce back today. Ballantyne has got the ball deep here. And that's a risky ball back to Gibbons, but it's come off. He then goes forward to Moriarty. Woods through to Coley. And Coley should score that, but probably was a fantastic save from the keeper rather than a poor finish. I'll give him credit where credit's due. That did look like a good save. So, as I say, we've got 5 games after this, 6 games going into this. Obviously, we don't know the result of this one yet, to try and get into that playoff push. But next season, we definitely need some new players coming in. I'm hoping we've got quite a few contracts expiring this summer that we're not going to be renewing. So hopefully we'll be able to get adequate replacements for them. Woods finds Moriarty, who's going to hold the ball up. He tries to get a cross in. It deflects nicely for Woods, who does finish it very well. Keeper came out and he left a bit too much space out that far post. A very nice finish from Woods, who's been a very good addition to the team since he joined. A little bit of luck here from Moriarty there, as it comes straight to Woods, and then the keeper closing down the near post angle leaves the far post a little bit too open, and Woods takes full advantage of it. We're going to drop down to balance as we enter the second half. We're also going to tell... Okay, Moriarty's still demotivated for some reason. We're going to throw a little bit of praise on them at the start of the second half as well. We've controlled the game very well. They've struggled to get many shots off. They are starting to get shots off, however. I think we're going to make a change here, which is going to be Snedden coming on for McAllister at the back. And then, as we reach 20 minutes to go, Collins can come on for Woods, because Woods is looking a bit tired. He's only recently joined, so he's still building match fitness, really. So, he's had a good 70 minutes. We can rest him now for the rest of the game. And we've got another game, I think, in 3 days, so hopefully he'll be raring to go by then. Ballantyne on the ball here is kicked by Byrne, who is being sent off. And now with them down to 10 men, surely at that stage we'll be able to see this out. We're going to send Quirk on for Harper for the last 12 to 15 minutes at the end of the game. There's a late free kick for Worldstone. Napper has intercepted the clearance. Collins has played it to Moriarty, who shoots from range, and it was a poor rushed shot. that didn't go anywhere near the goal. But nevertheless, we're going to see the game out. A 1-0 win for us at home. We're going to tell them it was a good win. We need to just keep building the morale of the squad. It wasn't fantastic, but it did the job. And we closed the gap on FC United down to 3 points ahead of us as they lose to York. However, Torquay, 2 games in hand now, they could easily just fly 6 points clear of us. Ideally, they don't, and we've closed the gap a bit there. But we'll have to wait and see. Let's go have a look at where we're coming back for the next episode on Wednesday. So for the final episode of the season, we are going to come back for either Stockport or Barnet. We might come back and do both. It depends what there is to play for going into those final 2 games. If it's already settled that we can't finish in the playoffs, we'll just come back for the Barnet game. If we could still finish in the playoffs, we'll come back for the Stockport game. We have got a game against Torquay, one of the teams who are in that top, on the verge of that top 7, I should say. So that's a potential game for us to really close the gap. However, we've also got Wrexham to play, who have absolutely romped the league. They're on the verge of the title. They've completely smashed it, to be fair to them. So, yeah, we've got one game that could be a big swing in our favour if we can get the win, but it's going to be a tough game. Then another game where we're going to really struggle to get anything out of it. My only hope is perhaps they'll be a bit complacent if they've already won the title by that stage, which I would imagine they will have. If you have enjoyed that, please do leave a like down below. Comment how you think we're going to end the season. Are we going to grab that playoff spot? Subscribe if you are enjoying the series. We're back on Wednesday. Don't forget, tomorrow though we have got a unknown to world known episode. Thank you very much for watching.